Hello, everyone. After a little hiatus that is for unnecessary reasons, all 6 million listeners don't need to know why. We are back. Little vacation for the boys, we'll call it. Corey's at fault for the reason there's a vacation, but we won't go into details
Excuse
on
me?
it.
All right,
Excuse me.
sunburn.
We will not go into detail. I actually had a lot of issues last week, but the reason it wasn't an episode is because of Corey. Tank, I feel like you're just not at fault here because I feel like Corey needs to step up. And
I feel like that you should have told me about the money before anything.
Well,
Lost $1 million.
close to, we lost a Patrick Mahomes type deal, which we'll talk about after we tell you that this episode is brought to you by Anchor.fm. You can also listen to us on Spotify and still YouTube because I haven't just killed the YouTube account yet, but we might one day, so pay attention for that. We'll talk about that after the show. But as of right now, you can still watch and listen on YouTube if you want to ruin your day. So, Patrick Mahomes kind of took over the sports world today because nothing else was going on. Not true. There's actually a baseball game on right now, I think.
Really?
So, yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh. The Yankees are playing the Yankees.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, inter-squad game. There's like
It's
4
still
D.
I didn't
There's
know
still,
it was going on.
I tuned in for a little bit. There was 4 DHs in the game because they said it's inter-squad. Their Twitter was funny. Someone's like, "Do you realize you have 4 DHs in your lineup?" They're like, "It's inter-squad. We can kind of do whatever we want." So I thought it was a funny response. But Patrick Mahomes, since big deal, 10 years in total. It's a total value is $503 million. The first sports contract to go over the $500 million mark. $140 million guaranteed, no matter what. Tank, what are your thoughts on Patrick Mahomes' new deal?
I think we all knew it was coming, but I didn't think it was going to be over $500 million. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's a lot of money.
That is a lot of
And
money.
140 guarantee is ridiculous.
I mean, he's the best quarterback in the league now, like coming off a Super Bowl.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You knew,
Coming off
it
an
was
I
gonna be
disagree
huge.
with that last statement.
What?
Who's the best
Who's-
quarterback in the NFL?
I
Yeah,
think
who's the best?
quarterback, I think Aaron Rodgers is still the best quarterback.
Nah.
I think I agree. Aaron Rodgers, talent-wise, is ridiculous, but I
I'd
think
take
he's just
Russell
not on a
Wilson
team.
over Mahomes, too.
Russell Wilson's really good.
Hot
I would
take.
take
I don't think there's
Daniel Jones over
Russell
any of
Wilson's
them. Right,
great,
Tiedemann?
but
Daniel Jones I like a lot, but he's definitely a guy. He's a Jeff Hostler.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, exactly. He when Phil Simms got hurt, he took over the Giants when they won the Super Bowl in the '92. Put him on the right team, and it's like, please don't turn over the ball. You'll get somewhere. But I mean, he can make good throws. We're not going on a giant tangent. I felt one coming, and I fought it off. Shout out me. Little C, just your thoughts. Anything?
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of money. What's the salary cap in football?
I don't know what it's at right now. It's like 80-some million, I think, 70.
I saw
And how much-
Pat McAfee show said there's $76 left in their budget.
Yeah, that's fair. But
Yeah, that's a lot for one player. I mean,
for sure. But it's definitely going to be one of those deals that's where it's worked out to where it's like, yeah, it's like $50 million a year, but it's like 32 against.
what
the
does
cap.
Dak do now?
I had two reactions to this. I would never tie up that much cap space in one player. I don't care how good you are. So you could sign like a whole like linebacker core for what they paid him. And it's like defense, which I don't know. And the people are like, well, you won a Super Bowl. I'm like, Mahomes sucked for 3 quarters. Garoppolo outplayed him. He wasn't that good in that Super Bowl. In fact, in the beginning of the game, he was absolutely terrible. Like, sure, you can say it's nerves, but he just wasn't good. He had a good fourth quarter, which saved them. But
He's the guy that the NFL's like pushing as their face.
He's definitely the face. They're him and Lamar. They want them
definitely
to represent the league, which obviously
Tank told me that he likes Jackson Mahomes more, right, Tank?
Jackson Mahomes, a great guy.
We are all about positivity on this podcast, so I love that compliment from Tank. I'm sure he appreciates it. That really means a lot.
Did you see the video of David Carr versus Dak Prescott?
I love the Carr brothers because you'll never meet a pair of brothers who aren't good at football, but somehow I think Derek has a Super Bowl ring because he was like the Giants' backup.
That's
It's like,
odd.
good for that guy. Like you're not good at like he would be bad on like a high school team.
Derek Carr?
No, David.
Oh, David Carr, terrible.
Oh, he's terrible.
But he beat Dak Prescott in a throwing competition.
I saw that.
Awful. And the Cowboys are trying to sign him
Prescott
for a ton of money.
Did we talk about Dak? I feel like we talked about Dak. I don't know. Maybe not.
I know.
Maybe
I think we did.
No, I think we were supposed to talk about Dak.
I don't think we ever talked
No,
about
I think
Dak.
we talked. Are you sure?
Maybe because
I don't
my big
remember.
thing was Dak is Jerry Jones hands out like checks like they're nothing.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And he's not handing out the check to like there's something up there.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
like that.
Something odd.
But when I
Someone
first
said
saw
that. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go.
One of you.
So when I first saw the Mahomes deal, after being like blown away by how just ridiculous it is, because one position getting all this money, but Mahomes down to the market value for the best quarterback in the league, the best, well, quote unquote, is $50 million a year, just optics wise. So now when Dak says, "Oh, I only want 35," optics wise, that's like, oh well, if the best gets 50, I could see his agent leveraging this, and like, what would I don't know. Let me think of someone who I'm like. By the way, I would take this. This is a really hot take. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
You ready? Let's see.
Go
I don't think I'm ready.
I don't think you are. And the one person that listens to this podcast, it's going to be the first line he says. I would take Carson Wentz over Patrick Mahomes. You guys
injury
watch.
prone.
But when he's on the field, he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks
he's
in the league.
great when he's healthy.
He's so good. Shouldn't have won. People are like, he would have won MVP, which he would have won MVP that year. But it showed he shouldn't have won MVP by the fact that he got hurt and they still won the Super Bowl.
That's a dude on the Eagles, right?
True. Yes.
Thank you for paying attention.
Big sports guy.
Big football.
Big
Big
football guy.
football. Hey, big sports guy. Even bigger football guy.
Someone said that Mahomes could use that money to upgrade his girlfriend and younger brother. And I looked at his girlfriend's got a bigger forehead than Peyton Manning.
Oh, she's a very sweet
high school
girl,
sweethearts, I think they're.
I don't know. There was one thing
Are they?
where
Yeah.
here's my problem. They played like the
No.
Patriots in New England, and they were complaining the fans were mean to them. They were like sitting amongst the people. It's like, yeah, you go to a riot. What do you expect?
We were mean to who? The girlfriend?
Yeah, they were mean to the girlfriend and the
Yeah.
brother, the Patriot fans. Like, yeah, what do you expect? Like
in
that's what
Boston.
happened.
In Boston, of all places, you think you're gonna get treated nicely?
What did they say about Jackson?
Whoa, wait, hold on. The Patriots
Did you
don't
see
play.
that?
Hey, wait, hold on. The Patriots don't play in Boston. They play in Foxborough.
Same thing.
Mhm. No, it's not. It's like an hour south. 45
Whatever.
minutes.
Boston
That's
fans
cool.
still go. Like,
Oh, correct, but it's mostly Foxborough. Foxborough's very nice. Foxborough's like a lot like our hometown. It's like this, like the rich part of our town. You know, like
Yeah.
over by like Kings Highway and stuff.
I got a comment for Corey that he's gonna like. Did you see the TikTok of Mahomes' little brother? He's like addressing a comment that said Mahomo.
Oh,
He's like, I'm gonna address this. And for everyone who doesn't know how to say my last name, it's Mahomes, not Mahomo.
yo, he could
And
ball.
he doesn't
Have you
even
seen the
realize
TikToks of him
That they're calling him gay. No.
Yeah, him playing ball. He's actually like, well, he's like a tall kid, so he could actually like
I don't think
his
he-
highlights are on
I-
YouTube and too. Like he could ball.
That's one of my favorite lines about basketball. People that like don't watch basketball, it's like, oh, he's tall. He must be good at basketball. It's like, what is this,
they got a very good advantage,
1954?
don't they?
Where it's like the tall white kids are all good at basketball because they just can reach the rim.
Yeah.
I love that line.
I wouldn't
It's
want
very
him
funny.
I wouldn't want to post him up though. I wouldn't even want to touch him.
Little C, you make your
definitely wouldn't
2K
wanna
player
touch him.
the same height as you, and you wonder why you can't play in the post.
Huh?
You made your 2K player the same height as you, and you wonder why you can't play in the post.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
It's
Not
so
that good. I hate it.
What are you,
hate
like
it.
5'7",
dumb.
5'8"?
Yeah, 5'7".
Yeah.
My height,
little
I couldn't be.
little
70.
C, I
NHL
gave
though,
you-
I put my player really tall.
Well, yeah,
That's
no,
great.
that's what you're supposed to.
On defense,
Little
it's
C,
easy.
you made a classic mistake. I gave you an inch there. I said 5'7", 5'8". You're like, no.
I know.
You should have just taken the inch,
Whatever.
man.
Can't
Should've
catfish
taken.
people nowadays.
I don't know what that comment was about. So moving
Well,
forward.
if I'm 5'8", if you say that I'm 5'8", I'm actually 5'7".
So little C height isn't back, but baseball is definitely coming back, despite what other people say. They announced the schedule. The only thing that matters is opening day right now, July 23rd, as Tank is researching what the latest with MLB is right now. July 23rd, Yankees will play the Nationals to bring back baseball.
That's solid.
Little C, what's your thoughts on baseball comeback? I'm just happy
I mean,
sports are back.
Yeah, man. Like,
Little C's had one
Mets,
line.
though. But shit. Hold on, I can hear you guys. My headset fell out. But I don't know. The last thing I saw from baseball was Tanaka getting fucking rocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
He
was
did.
bad.
Yeah. Hey, he has no symptoms of a concussion anymore. It was
Really?
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
They put him in concussion protocol just because of how it looked. They said they're just like, why take a
Yeah.
chance? But he was
Yeah,
riding a stationary bike this morning, walking around the locker room fine.
And you take a fucking hit from who was it? Stan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like,
Well,
Bro, I'd
speaking
be-
from my vast experience, I was hit with a line drive while pitching. I was very concussed.
from Stanton.
It basically was Stanton. You should have seen me get the head. No, it felt like Stanton when I got hit. But no, I was actually concussed for like 3 weeks. It was terrible. I couldn't pitch. But back in those days, they didn't really care about like health. So I was back in like 2 weeks.
Back in
like,
those
still-
days, bro, you're making it sound like you're fucking 50 years old.
Dude, when I started playing baseball, they didn't have these like pitch counts and all that. They all came around when I was like.
You have the
growing-
body of a 50-year-old.
That's why,
Very
because
true.
I was in this. I was the last. What's it called? Is it the last of the Mohegans? That's basically me. You know, where it's
What?
like I'm the last of like a dying breed. I'm gonna
Of
get
what?
made fun of. of just like the old school where it's like, oh, kid, go out there and throw 140 pitches. You'll be all right. And now his kids can't throw over 95 if they're 16. So.
Yeah, I've only, seen like 2 rec baseball games or whatever with Tank and Cody.
I don't know.
It was very boring.
Oh.
Well, no, it was fun because we knew everyone, but.
Rec baseball stinks now in our hometown, which is on Tank's shirt. So I don't know why I'm avoiding saying it.
Tank was my favorite player of all time. What happened with Meatball?
Why didn't you walk? That was this kid
wouldn't give me a strike.
You gotta give me that one. It's like a foot out of the zone.
Bro, Dylan Club.
He was giving me an MLB strike zone. I'm like, listen, guy, I'm not that good. Just give me a strike here.
Tank.
Did the coach show you?
Wait, hold on. The strike zone's the same from instructional to MLB.
I understand that, but the umpires are calling, reasonably. At a MLB.
Claudio just saw everything.
It was in the other batter's box.
It was not.
It wasn't a strike.
It was not. It was close to a strike, though. He didn't give it to me.
There has to be film. Someone had to.
Tank's literally eating the corners. You look at the thing that's 6 inches from the plate. And the ball.
It was not that far off.
Walking Claudio. I love it.
I don't know.
Give me the strike. Give me one. If he gave me one, I would have been happy and then walked him.
Okay. So you would have walked him 3-1 instead of 3-0.
What was it?
4 straight balls.
I think I had 1 strike.
I don't think so. It was really embarrassing. I denied knowing you. I was like,
hey, that's your mistake. You should say that you had 3 strikes.
No, the mistake was putting me in as pitcher.
That was a major mistake.
But it was Claudio.
Showalter was like, yeah, you can throw the hardest on the team. Let's just throw you in there.
And Tank couldn't throw the hardest. He didn't know how to do a windup.
I threw the hardest, though, no doubt. Just not
your team
in the box.
Your team.
I never said we were good.
No. Speaking of one of your former teammates and one of my former teammates and one of his friends, it's all a friend of ours, little Stu Naughty used to go by. He was in the hospital the other day, and I messaged him. I was like, "Are you good?" He hurt his neck. He's like, "I just tweaked my neck."
Did he do something stupid?
I don't. He won't say. I'm like, "Bro, you go to an emergency room because you tweaked your neck." It's like if that was the case,
I have a feeling
every time I played around
stupid.
maybe unless you fell off, son, and land on your neck and can't move, then you go.
We put him in my recycling bin and pushed him down the creek, and somehow he didn't get hurt. It's like this kid's actually.
I remember that video. He used to show me that video all the time. Show how tough he was.
Kid's a tank. Unlike David Price, who is announcing that he is opting out.
Someone Nick Markakis did
why
too.
Is he opting out?
He's a pussy.
The real reason David Price is opting out, Corona's the official reason. It's because he knows that the Yankees will probably play the Dodgers in the World Series,
and the
Yankees will have batting practice the day he pitches. Nick Markakis also opted out, which is fair.
Still plays.
He's old, so that's fair. I think he's in the
high
risk.
You see a picture of Pablo Sandoval?
Oh yeah,
dude is round.
Tank, you could play baseball this year.
Wasn't he always round? Wait,
no, he got big.
Sandoval, bro, he was definitely always big.
You should see him now.
He got big.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Someone was like quarantine hit the Red Sox or whoever.
He had too many glizzies. That's probably why.
I hate that.
He is.
I like how
they called
he was big, but I
like how you tried to take credit your friends for coming up with glizzies, but everyone says that.
They called Joey Chestnut. They called Joey Chestnut the Glizzy Gladiator. The announcer did. I found it really
13. Oh, that was Golick Jr.
Oh, we should have. That should have been our number one story.
Yeah,
the last American cowboy, Joey Chestnut, breaks the record, $75.
That was crazy. Did you guys watch it?
I saw a replay of it. Thank God I didn't waste 10 minutes.
How many? All right. Liam
saw this, the 10 minutes.
So, Tank, how many glizzies are you finishing in 10 minutes?
How many hot dogs?
Liam says 10. I'm like, there's no shot you're finishing 10 in 10.
I'd be
in 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10, no doubt.
Without puking. It's got to be without puking.
In 10
I can't down 10 no matter
I would have
what.
3 and I'd be out.
10 minutes, I could probably do 15.
No shot.
Oh, Johnny's got to fire up the cart, baby.
15 glizzies.
With the bun.
In 10 minutes.
With the bun.
Yeah, with the bun.
Yeah,
10
with the
minutes?
bun, too.
You couldn't have 15. That's over a glizzy a minute, as someone once
said. That's a GPM. Your GPM is really high, then.
I don't know.
You could not. Bro, hot dogs, they hit you
10.
like a rock.
I could do 10.
Tank, there's no way you could eat 10 in 10 minutes.
I could do 10.
You would get
no shot. Liam would either. I think Tank has a better shot than Liam.
Look at this guy.
Oh, boy. He's on the Red Sox.
Wait, he still plays?
Oh, yeah.
No. Bro. This guy's
he's just out there with the boys.
Where is it?
No, bro. Look.
He's going to wrong way. Oh, that's good.
No, look, I would cut him. If he showed up, if I was coach and he showed up to
Do you know how
Like,
hard it is to cut a player in Major League Baseball?
I have no
That guaranteed money on that guaranteed contract.
Bro,
you could kill the president, they'd still have to pay you.
What position does he play?
They're base, baby, where the best athletes play.
Imagine he played outfield. Just
They
see him
would-
just running.
He's in left field to every right. He's like, pull the ball. Just pull the ball. As long as it hits grass, we're at
Just
second.
him running. At least he's. I mean, they're
This baseball conversation went from like
Ryan
baseball's
Zimmerman
back.
is not playing.
I saw that.
Mad
there's a few
heads
guys
just
that have
pulling out.
Mike Trout might opt out too.
He's
Ooh.
highly considering it.
Yeah, but he's practicing.
That's-
He's playing
that's
it by
rough for the
ear.
sport. If
Not really, because
What do you mean
MLB
not
does
really?
nothing to market him, and he plays at 10 o'clock at night
true.
on the West Coast, and he's played one
West
playoff
Coast.
game in his career. Whatever. And
he's played one playoff game.
He played one series. I think if he played
I mean,
2 games, he
obviously,
got eliminated.
Comparing that in hockey terms, like that's kind of like Jack Eichel, but like obviously Trout is like way
Yeah,
better
Trout
at his
is,
sport
like-
than Eichel is at hockey. But like,
Trout's gonna end up being like Gretzky in baseball.
yeah, a lot of people, yeah. I
He's
mean,
he's
I don't really
legit.
He's
Hey,
legit.
the Millsville Meteor, local boys from Jersey, Mike Trout. Fun fact. Did you know that, Lucy?
you told me that, but
He beat his
crazy.
entire team in a home run derby batting left-handed. I think Mike
Yeah.
Trout's insane. I love Mike Trout. I
would
went to see him.
Tank walk him, or I think Tank striking him out.
I would. He got his.
I think that
strike.
Claudio is way way better
Um,
than.
Claudio
Mike
didn't
Trout.
swing. He knew I couldn't throw a strike. He's
Mike
like, I'm not
Trout.
swinging.
I went to see Mike Trout play at Yankee Stadium last year before that, and he hit one to the second deck, 3 seats from where a friend of ours, Ricky, was sitting. Literally, if you watch every replay, you just see Rick like full arm extension going for the ball. It was a laser. If it hit Rick, he would have died. Mike Trout's the best.
What are your
Anyway.
predictions? Who's gonna win?
Oh, it'd be Yankees, Dodgers, Yankees in 6.
Is this like unbiased? Like you actually? Or
No, Yankees.
That's unbiased. The Yankees are freakish.
Yankees and Dodgers are the 2 best teams. The Dodgers choke pretty much most of the time, historically speaking. I'll say that.
I hope that the Astros is coming last. That's all.
I hope they get planked.
Trevor Bauer wore a great shirt
Love
the other day.
Trevor.
It
Love
said
Trevor
like
Bauer.
Trash Town, and it had the
Trash Town,
Astros
yeah.
logos.
Huh.
It
and
was
the,
pretty funny.
and the
I love Trevor Bauer.
the trophy.
It just sucks because there's no fans. I was really looking forward to just
Going
going to a
ball
Yankee
game.
game.
Imagine we went to Yankees Astros.
It's expensive. That would be very expensive.
I would
I
think
don't know. I would go to like, but the,
that would be like the
here's
game
my-
I go to.
Here's actually, we'll actually have a baseball thought right now. The Yankees have a cupcake schedule the last like 20 games of the 60 days. They might go like 19-1, 18
I haven't
and 2.
even looked at this guy.
They
How many
pl-
games are they playing again?
They
6?
play 6 against
60.
the Mets.
Yeah.
The Yankees 6 against the Mets.
That's tough. Why they gotta do us like
That's
that?
tough.
No, literally, we play like the Orioles, the Blue Jays, the Mets. That's like
Trying to find a schedule.
Oh,
please. Yeah.
if they don't
got
go
it.
like 18-2 in that final, we're good. We could play 500. I don't know. I could see the Yankees winning like 40, 45 games of the 60. I think they're gonna be really good.
Are you putting an asterisk next to the winner?
No.
No.
I would.
The only thing that there'd be asterisk next to this year is someone hits like 400. Then it's like they didn't. It's not the same as like Ted Williams. But if you win the World Series, you win the World Series. I don't. It's like that's just. It's just the weird year. I don't know.
It sucks. But
It does suck. What are you gonna do? Because what are you gonna put an asterisk by the teams that only had to play 120 some in like 1912? You know, that's 40 less games. That's a completely different season if you take away September and half of
What time?
August.
Oh, they play 7:08 on that Thursday. We should do something.
I will be at home watching all of these games by myself or with my father.
That's beat as far. Well, okay, never mind.
You
If
wanna
it's
Yeah,
watch
like-
really?
Bubba Wallace?
Really? That's beat as fuck with my father watching baseball. You jumped the gun there,
to
little
Bubba
C.
Wallace.
Yeah, I've been looking for a segue. I haven't got one.
Yeah,
To Bubba Wallace.
I got
but,
you.
I mean, Tank's just gonna. You know when you don't have a segue, you just rip one out of the air.
Yeah.
So
I'm
Bubba
ripping.
Wallace, Tank. Latest, Trump tweeted at him this morning.
Trump tweeted at him, has Bubba Wallace apologized to all those great NASCAR drivers and officials who came to his aid, stood by his side, and were willing to sacrifice everything for him, only to find out that the whole thing was just another hoax. That and
I love
flag
Trump.
decision has caused lowest ratings ever.
That's-
Not wrong.
He said
NASCAR
not
said
wrong.
explicitly that the noose was real. It was
Thanks.
a garage door pull. The
Tank
fact
said
that
not
they
wrong.
continue to say that is a noose
Hold on.
is ridiculous.
So here's like obviously Tyler Reddick went at Trump saying we don't want you. Get away, basically. He said we don't
Oh,
need
I
you.
like
I think.
Tyler Reddick now. I
Like
was
the-
liking him. It's
Yeah, I mean,
unfortunate.
he's a great driver. And Jimmy Johnson tweeted like, "I stand with Bubba." So
Doesn't he have
obviously,
Corona? Get the hell out.
Come on.
you're done. See
Go
ya.
quarantine.
It's his second
Send
stint
him
with
outta here.
Corona. It's his second stint with Corona. He got sick twice from it. Kind of scary because there's no one in better shape than Jimmy Johnson.
Facts.
The whole noose it looked a lot like a noose. If I saw it, I would say it's a noose.
But it's a
I
garage
don't
door
see-
pull.
I don't
The
know.
thing-
That's not even my point because you could tie a garage door pull to look like a noose. Obviously,
Right.
They claimed that was there for a year beforehand. I just don't see. It's
Wait, I'm looking at pictures.
the garages
It's
don't
just like,
change. That's
You're
a noose.
not fitting.
Yeah,
You're
the
not fitting
garages don't
someone.
change.
It
You're not
doesn't
fitting
matter
someone's
if you're.
head in there.
It doesn't matter if it's actually functional or not. Little C. It's what it looks like that matters.
No.
It's just a functional knot, though. Like,
No, I don't disagree with that. I just don't understand how you could say it targeted Bubba Wallace and say it was there a year before when someone else used that garage and used that garage pool.
right.
So
And it wasn't just his garage that day. The day before, it was an Xfinity driver. The day before that, it was a truck driver.
Well, I
And
don't
now
know
all of a sudden,
I
it's a
don't know
news for
if-
Bubba Wallace.
No, Cup and Xfinity have different garages.
Do they?
Yes,
Unfortunate.
because that's why, like, because it's like I know
What
that
if it
for
was
a
there?
fact.
If there was a year ago, then it would have been the same thing. Like,
It would have been another Cup driver. But it's like here's the reason why. It's because the cars are some of the toolboxes they're allowed to have are bigger in Cup, and because they race Saturday, wouldn't be fair to Cup to have them move in Saturday night for a race Sunday afternoon. So every place has two garages, except I think the trucks use Xfinity if they're racing trucks, all three in one weekend. I think that's how NASCAR works. I could be wrong. But everyone came out obviously bashing Trump because you got to stick by your driver. I just don't understand it. That's my one problem with this all. Was it a noose? Yeah, it looked like one. I could see if you're someone who's like all hyped up on this racial tension and you see that, I would have assumed the same thing probably. This idea too that Bubba
No one will
Wallace,
know the truth.
the
Like,
whole thing, I agree with that. And we can
it's all just going to be like, whatever you believe.
And the whole
truth
idea
is
that-
not going to come out.
that
Well, it
Bubba
did.
Wallace
But
like
you can't,
saw
like-
no hold on little C. The whole thing that Bubba Wallace saw this and then was like there's a noose in my garage. That's not true.
he didn't.
pit
It was a
crew-
pick, remember?
Yes, saw it and told him. By the way, Ryan Blaney's pit crew guy, miracle that guy's like alive right now and then bleed
Yeah.
out on he got crushed
Unfortunate.
by that car and he's like
what
fine.
happened?
Wreck on pit road.
There was a wreck on pit road and some guy got pinned between the cars and this kid's laughing. Could have died, little C.
Jesus.
Terrible. It was awful.
Oh, I thought for sure he was like
Yeah.
when he like crawled away, I'm like his like legs his legs crushed. That was really bad. Indianapolis is the most dangerous pit road. It's terrible. Kevin Hart. Oh, did you watch the end of the race? Now we're like
No, I just see Kevin Harvick going. Is this his third
Danny
win
Hamlin
already?
dominated like most of the race. He was I think
Hey, what
by
happened?
far-
Did a tire go down?
Tire
Did it hit
went-
the wall?
It's
Ugh.
like
That car was
Kyle
destroyed
Bu-
at the tire. went
Kyle
down.
Busch's right front had a bad vibration the whole race. He stunk. Well, he was still top 5, but he stunk for a lot of it. Eric Jones blew a front right. Denny Hamlin. That's the same team. There's something wrong with the front right side. And I think Truex wrecked in that pit road crash, so no one knows. But he was having engine problems. Like, he dropped, I think it was like 14 spots 2 laps into the race. So something was up with Joe Gibbs. But you feel so bad for Denny Hamlin. Like, I'm not a big Denny Hamlin guy. I'm learning
Yeah,
to
that was
like him, though.
tough.
It's like,
Especially because it's
Just
him and
terrible.
Harvick racing right now.
I like Harvick a lot. I've learned
I do.
ever since I get what you're saying when you saw Jeff Gordon win, or no? Who'd you see win in person? Am I thinking of someone else?
I didn't see anybody win in person. Jeff Gordon was wrecked on the last
Maybe
lap
I don't know.
by Jimmy
like,
Johnson at
the-
Martinsville. That's why I hate Jimmy Johnson.
I understand thing. When I saw Kevin Harvick win in person, and now I like Harvick from seeing him win in
He's a
person.
great driver.
He's so dude. I
So
saw this
dominant.
stat. Just keep talking real quick while I find this stat tank. So why do you like Kevin Harvick?
Terrible segue. I think he's
No, but I'm trying to
I
find.
think
the
he's a
stats, so
great
just-
driver. I mean, I want to see the standings. He's in the. He's a.
He's got to be in the
he's
top
in the, he's
now.
the top. I think he's number 1. He's got 4 wins.
Dude.
He's almost
Yeah.
100 points
Well,
ahead of Chase Elliott.
I think is Elliott in second.
Yeah,
Let's
552
baby.
points. But Harvick's
I am
got
trying to find this stat.
637.
I think Jeff Gluck, who's a great rider. If you're interested in NASCAR and want to follow someone on Twitter to learn the
Yeah.
sport and really be up to date, Jeff Gluck's a great guy. By the way, NBC Nightly News had Trump versus NASCAR as one of its headlines, and viewership it was up 46%. And Trump was claiming that it was down viewership. That's just completely wrong.
NASCAR's down.
He said that viewership was down for NASCAR. That's just completely incorrect. Why can't I find this really cool stat that would be really cool and Tank would be like, holy
Hamlin
critters.
and Harvick both have 4 wins.
Eric Emmer. Oh, here it is. All right. So Kevin Harvick was with RCR Racing when he took over Dale Senior's right after he died and all that. And then he left to go for Stewart Haas Racing, race for Tony Stewart. You know, Tank? So he had 466 starts with RCR, 23 wins, 99 top 5s, 208 top 10s. That's all you need to know. Since going to Stewart Haas Racing, he's raced 231, so about half the races. He has 10 more wins, and he averages a top 5 every other race.
Who is this?
Kevin Harvick.
He's at Stewart Haas?
Yeah, he's left RCR.
Oh, I didn't know that. I guess I probably knew that.
When
just
he
didn't
went
realize it.
from the 29
Pennzoil
to
car?
the 4.
29,
He
I guess I
has
just didn't put that together.
in half the starts. He has 10 more wins than he had his entire career at RCR. He's got over 50 wins now, 51 wins, I think. He's sick.
Just want
He's
to say,
so good.
Bubba Wallace is 19th in points with 0 top 5s.
All right, this is controversial. Aubrey Huff went at him pretty good. I don't know who the heck that is, but he seems famous. And Bubba Wallace blocked him. And then Bubba tweeted at him like, well, look who's laughing all the way to like, who's a winner now? It's like, not you. And so Aubrey Huff's like, hey, like, I still hate you, and I think you're wrong, and I think you mislead people, but congrats on your win. Like congrats, it's your first win. And then like an hour later, he posted, he's like, so I assumed from Bubba's tweet he won, but he's like, you didn't. So congrats on your 9th place finish. I'm sure you worked all your career to finish in 9th place. And I just thought it was like, funny's funny, even when it's like on a fine line of hate.
I just think he sucks. He's got no room to wiggle. And then everyone's like, let's stand with Bubba, and he's one of the worst drivers ever, and it's just pitiful.
You're about to witness James like completely get the show canceled and kicked off Anchor, Spotify, and all that. Bubba Wallace is obviously a bad driver. Okay?
Bad driver.
In a good car, he gets good finishes. In an average car, it wrecks or it's in the back of the pack. That's like the car does everything. If he has a good car, the car will carry him the whole way. Bubba Wallace was on a hot seat. Like, he hasn't won anything. He's in the second most iconic car in the history of NASCAR, probably, or the most iconic car, the 43. It's very convenient. He's like this civil rights hero and this big activist. Right before he was on a hot seat, now he can't lose his job. And he stinks. He's just not good. Awful. If you watch the sport, he's not good. So now, like,
in his career, he has 7 top 10s. In 93 races, he has 7 top 10s. That is it.
He finished in the second in the Daytona 500 like a couple years ago, and he said, this is like a win to me. And it's like, it's not. You finish in second place.
He's
and he was crying.
6 wins in 5 years at the Truck Series.
He made himself unfireable. Can you imagine Richard Petty going up like, sorry, like, hey, you're not good at this, and they bring in like a Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez would dominate in the 43, and he's Hispanic.
That'd be an upgrade. Big upgrade.
That would be a nice.
That'd be a
Little C, you just saw a little NASCAR moment happen where you found a driver and you found a good car and you put them together and you just won a championship.
I just wanted to point out.
I don't think
that Richard sucks.
Richard Petty. I don't think.
And you're right. In 2018.
He's a very good owner. Second place. I remember that because he was crying.
Cries a lot.
He does cry a lot, especially on hoaxes. Anywho.
Hey, rip to Charlie Daniels, right?
Oh, that was so sad. That's one of the all-time greats.
He had a stroke.
I didn't even know. Like, coming back today. Like, we were just listening to the radio, and Charlie Daniels came out, and I'm like, what was it, Devil Went Down to Georgia? I'm like, good song. And then I came back, and I found out that he died. I was like, wow.
He's dead. He died.
Damn. How did he die?
You know that's
I don't know. He's 83. All I know is the Devil didn't steal
he died from
stroke.
83.
Damn.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Devil didn't steal his soul, though.
No, hope not. That would suck.
No, because he was playing the fiddle hot. That's the song. Get it?
I hate you.
That was good. I thought that was really good. I was really happy with that one. So we got a couple minutes left. Little C, thoughts? NHL, it's coming back. The plan came out today. It's terrible. What do you think?
I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I don't give a fuck if it's
Little C, the one thing I love about this whole pandemic, I just hope sports come back. As they're starting to come back, I'm just happy they're coming back. It's been your number one take.
I mean, yeah, I've been waiting for hockey to come back, right? Especially when we started getting good, right? Like, and shit just goes down.
We didn't talk about the draft lottery because last week got canceled. That shit's
yeah, you're right.
That's terrible.
I mean,
Little C.
I said I could believe.
Oh, I thought you were like, I don't think so.
I feel bad for Detroit. I really do.
I mean, they had
should
their
get the
run.
first football
They
team.
had their run,
Like,
man.
dude, they are the worst, by far the worst team in hockey.
How many Stanley Cups have their fans seen in their lifetime?
Okay, but like I'm just saying.
What do you
right
have? You
now,
have
I'm
to
talking
be
about
like.
just in the present.
I
What,
know,
you
but
live
you
in
have
the
to be
past,
like.
Tiedemann?
You have to be like 15 to not remember them win a Stanley Cup. Okay, the Rangers
But,
have won one since they cured polio.
Okay, but I'm just saying they were like the worst team I've ever watched play hockey.
Someone had that happen to them recently. Was it Colorado?
Yeah,
And they got killed.
I mean, they got
Mark.
So.
I always call him
What were you just
Mark.
gonna say?
I always call him Markar, but it's wrong. It's Makar.
He's really
good
He's
play
good.
though. But no, I mean it's like the NHL is like there's something about it that the plan like August 1st would be opening day, like July 15th starts camp, July 26th they travel to the hub cities.
Mhm.
I have like the Stanley Cup final is going to be in Edmonton no matter what. Which, by the way, it better be all Eastern times. And that's people are like, no, they should play local times in Edmonton. No, you're not having 10 o'clock game on the Stanley Cup final when it's Rangers against like I don't know Blackhawks.
No, if it's like an Eastern team, they're not gonna play.
But they should because if their game's at 4 o'clock their time, okay, they can watch it. We can watch it. Everyone can watch it. You should. It's because all your viewership and your money. Unless it's two Canadian teams and no one's gonna watch it, then you can do whatever you want.
Who would be the two? It would be Toronto
and Edmonton.
Calgary.
If Edmonton, imagine Edmonton's back in the Stanley Cup and their fans can't go to it, and it's in Edmonton. That would be hilarious. I mean, I don't know. Imagine Edmonton gets the first overall pick. If they lose.
Edmonton or Pittsburgh's getting it. I'm calling it right now.
I think it's actually going to go to the big Montreal.
Montreal, yeah, because he's the kid who's going to get drafted.
Montreal, Toronto.
I can't see Toronto.
Or New York Rangers. If one of those three teams. No, because I think how much money-wise for the league, it's so much better if New York's
but like,
that's what matters.
I don't know.
He's not going to Carolina. That's guaranteed.
Or like Arizona.
He's not going there. Guaranteed. I don't know. I hope like hockey has potential to be good, but I'm still not convinced it's coming back.
More players just get Rona
but that's
every
okay.
day. I see new reports and stuff.
Because baseball's having the same thing as we got a minute to go here. As like they know they're quarantined. By the time the season starts, it's over 14 days away. They'll be okay. So it's like get them now, get everything locked down. They'll
get it now.
No, I'm not get it now. Like track who has it, get it locked down. I'm not rooting for anyone to get the coronavirus. You know that. All right. Any closing thoughts?
Bubble Wall sucks.
Fair.
Claudio is my favorite baseball player in the world. Just because
and we thank you all for listening. We're sorry we missed last week. We promise it won't happen again. Each week the show will get better and better, I promise, until we're on probably NBC Sports Network till we sell it to Fox. That's my end goal plan. We'll probably take over for Speak for Yourself or whatever that.
I guess on Mondays we don't like presents. So.
No, only Warwick Athletics. Go Wildcats, baby. Thank you all for listening. Say bye, guys.
Peace.